sequins, and the scales. Now first we are going to go through some global settings and discuss what each setting does, and then we'll go through the settings related to sequins and the scales themselves. So first let me draw to complete my pattern here. As you can see, I'm actually drawing on my UVs and it's taking my splines and patterns I have drawn and transfers them to the 3D fabric in real time. So the first setting we have is called resolution and count. Basically, the lower the resolution, the higher the count, the higher the resolution, the lower the count. It's basically the sampling value. Then we have something called res by radius, which is most useful when we are packing by radius or randomizing radius. What it does is basically we could enable it, and changing the radius of the spline will cause it to also change its resolution. As you can see, I'm changing the radius right now and the resolution is reacting accordingly. Then we also have something called radius multiplier, which is only there to help us debug it sort of, or make sure we are not getting any weird results. Then we have something called duplicate, which for duplicate, let me actually move the viewport so that you can better see it. Let's also select this specific spline and hit P to separate it. Duplicate is going to duplicate our splines, so we can have as many as 30 different duplicates. Then, by the way, you could also override this number if you want to. It doesn't have to be 30, but I think 30 is a good number to limit this to. And we have offset, which we could change the offset with. And let me also correct these handles so that we can see this better. And then we have something called offset by spline radius. Now this offset by spline radius, as its name suggests, is going to change. Let's also activate it. It's going to change the offset by the specific radius that we have. Then we have something called call every other, which if we enable, as you can see, it's going to offset them a little bit so that they are not overlapping with each other, especially in very close situation or very low offsets. They are not overlapping with each other, and with scales you could create this sort of fish scale sort of look, especially if we limit the rotation. You can see that it's going to look like a fish scale. Let's move these back to their defaults and increase the offset again. Then we have something called distance calling. Now I'm going to disable this and let's lower the radius of this specific point. As you can see, lowering the radius of that point has caused these sequins to overlap with each other. So we have something called the distance calling, which if I enable, as you can see, is going to remove the ones that are overlapping with each other or basically are too close to each other. This value is also can be overridden, but I don't suggest it. And also let's even this count. As you can see, it's going to evenly move them backwards or remove the overlapping ones. Then we have something called resample indexing. This is most useful. Let me show you in high curvatures or in very curved situations like this and very high offsets. As you can see, we have one very large spline and one very small spline, and the count or the resolution of them are the same. So this smaller one has much tighter spacing than this larger spline, so we can do resample indexing to make sure the spacing between them stays the same. And by the way, if you enable call every other, it's going to enable resample indexing by default, so it will be grayed out. Then we have something called module radius, which if we enable, we could take a selection, for example a selection of 2, and we could say, hey, this one will be 1 and this one will be 0.5 and this one will be 1. And if we come down to sequence and enable scale by spline radius, we can see this effect better. As you can see, it's going to change the radius based on our selection and our number. So we could have whatever number we want and it's going to work perfectly. Then we have something called randomize radius. Also, let's change the radius of this point back to 1. Randomize radius is obviously going to randomize the radius of our points. Now it may cause some problems. For example, if we are using pearls, it's much more visible. But here, let me show you that if we enable pack by radius, it's also going to make sure no matter what size they have, these sequins, no matter what size they are always going to have the same amount of space between them. So it's going to pack these sequins along the spline. Also, if we open this, we could still change the radius of them by simply changing the radius of that point, and res by radius is most useful here so that it makes sure that no matter what value we enter, it's always going to take the effect. Let's take this back to 1, and that is randomize radius and pack by radius. You also have some values. You could, for example, 0.25 right now means that we are using more radius than randomness. And then randomize radius here means how much we are randomizing this. Let's disable these for now, and let's also disable a scale by a spline radius. Then we have something called a scale, which is obviously a scale, and sequins, which are sequins. In a scales, we have resolution, and in both of them really, the settings are very similar to each other. So we have a scale inner resolution. So if we increase this, it's going to increase the resolution of this inner hole. And then we have a scale inner radius, which is the radius of this hole. We could hold shift to move this, but it's such a small number, so it's better if we just enter it by manually. And then we have a scale outer resolution, which is the resolution of the outer parts. We could lower this and you can see how it affects our scales. We have a scale outer offset, which is the offset of the outer parts. For example, if we make this 5, we can see that it's going to offset this scale back there. So let's make this 15, and you can see that it's not going to take such an extreme effect. Then we have a scale middle scale, which is the scale of the middle part to customize the shape of our scales. And we have a scale height, and we have a scale top height. Then we have a global scale, which helps us globally scale the entire scales, uniformly or non-uniformly. Again, on sequins, we have resolution, we have inner and outer radius, and we have rotate by, which is the rotation, the global rotation of the scales. For example, I can make sure that they are facing the right direction that I want. Then we have rotation range on X and Y. For example, if I make this 100, and let's also increase the counts to say 12 so it's more visible. Let's also decrease the offset to 2 probably, and let's make sure it doesn't have a extreme curvature. As you can see, they are very uniform right now. Also, if you make this 5, it's much more uniform. Now if we make this -5 and make this one 100, you can see that it's going to add some rotation variation, which creates this reflection variation and adds more realism to our pattern. And we have sequin offset, which is the offset of the sequins to make sure they are not overlapping with the fabric. We have material, which is obviously the material of the sequins, and we have sequin string, which is the string inside this sequence. Now we could choose whether we want this or not, and we have some settings. For example, let me find one of them that are most visible. They are pretty black, so it's hard to see them. As you can see, if I increase the radius, the caps of these splines are not filled, and if we do fill caps, it's going to fill the caps of these splines. And they have automatically generated UVs, so you can easily add any material or texture to these splines. We have resolution, which is obviously the resolution of these splines, and then we have something called spline radius, which changes the radius of these strings based on the radius of the spline that we have entered in the edit mode. And we have offset, which for this case, the offset of sequins is set to 0.008, and the offset of the string inside them, let's also increase the resolution. And let's make this gray and color wheel. Okay, and the offset of the string inside them, so let's make this 0.01 and this one 0.008. You can see how the offset affects this. And material obviously is the material of the strings. And just like that, we have created our sequins, and now we can decorate our fabrics or outfits with sequins and so on. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.